So I'm Josh Holmes. I'm the studio head of internal development for 343 Industries.
Josh, what are you showing new here with Halo 5 Guardians?
So today we're showing two of the missions from Halo 5's campaign. One of those missions is Blue Team, which is the second mission in the game. That's the first Master Chief mission in Halo 5. And then we're showing Enemy Lines, which is actually mission 10 and is a Spartan Lock and Fireteam Osiris mission. That's about 2/3 of the way through the game.
So as far as story goes, where does Halo 5 take place in the Halo storyline?
So the story of Halo 5 carries on where Halo 4 left off. So this is at a point in the galaxy where there are cataclysmic events that are threatening humanity. There are a number of colonies that are going dark, and at the beginning of the game, Master Chief and Blue Team go AWOL for mysterious reasons that lead the UNSC to deploy a second squad of Spartans, Fireteam Osiris, to try and discover where they've gone, why they've gone AWOL, and what connection, if anything, they have to these cataclysmic events.
What have you guys learned from past Halo games you're applying to Halo 5?
For us, Halo 4 was the first game that we created as a studio at 343 Industries, and we learned a ton through that process. In that case, we were building a studio at the same time that we were building a game. Here, as a team, we've learned what it means to build Halo together, and for us, this was about looking ahead to the Xbox One as a new console with new opportunities for us to deliver Halo at a much larger scale than ever before. So our focus has been on creating three kind of pillar experiences. Great campaign experience that is very focused on cooperative play, as well as two distinctly different multiplayer experiences, an arena competitive experience, and then a Warzone massive multiplayer experience that merges PvP and PvE.
Can you talk about some of the new weapons you were able to put in Halo 5 from the alien weapons?
Well, so in Halo 5, the Promethean weapons return from Halo 4, but they've had a number of changes to them. We've completely rebalanced the weapons, and in some cases, we've changed some of the core functionality to the weapons. So things like the bolt shot. The bolt shot now has homing projectiles and fires burst of projectiles that home towards its target. So that's a different function from Halo 4. We've also added some new weapons, including a new Covenant weapon called the Plasma Caster. And the Plasma Caster has two modes of fire. You can either free fire the weapon, which basically then is firing single plasma explosives, or you can charge it up and fire kind of a burst of plasma that will stick to a target and then explodes and erupts into submunitions. So that's a really powerful weapon that takes a little bit of getting used to when you're first firing it.
Can you talk about some of the changes you made to the multiplayer modes?
Yeah, so for Halo 5 Guardians, we have these two distinctly different modes to play within multiplayer, or two different experiences. On the arena side, that's our 4v4 competitive experience. It's been built from the ground up for competitive play. It is a return to kind of the legacy of Halo multiplayer, where you have locations across the map where power weapons come in. Both teams start with the same loadouts or weapons to begin with. Everything is a level playing field, and really it's skill that wins the day. And it's a competitive experience that we'll be using within the HCS and the Halo World Championship that we announced, which is a big tournament that will culminate in a $1 million prize pool after launch of Halo 5. And then on the other side of our multiplayer experiences, we have Warzone, which is a massive scale epic multiplayer experience that brings together all of these different parts of Halo into one incredible experience. So it's basically merging PvP and PvE. You have 12 players on each team, so 24 players in all, and they're going head to head in a battle to try and score 1,000 victory points. And merged into that are AI adversaries, as well as AI bosses that come into the map at different times within each session. The maps are massive. They're 4 times the scale of any previous Halo map, and you have the ability to dynamically deploy power weapons and vehicles throughout the course of the match. That's governed by an energy system that sort of makes sure that things stay relatively balanced between the teams. But it's a ton of fun. It kind of allows players to contribute to their team's success in different ways depending on their individual preference.
And how did you guys develop the multiplayer on the esports side? Did you have esports in mind when developing all these new mechanics and systems?
Yeah, I mean, for us, we really wanted to create a suite of Spartan abilities that are consistent across the entire experience, from campaign to arena and warzone. And for arena specifically, we've really been building this for esports. We've brought a team of professional gamers, the 343 Pro team, that have been a part of our development team from the beginning. They've helped us develop and tune the weapons, the maps, the modes across our arena experience so that they are finely tuned and balanced for competitive play.
And how has fan feedback helped in developing your game further?
So one of the things we did with Halo 5 Guardians is we held a beta much earlier than any previous Halo game, almost a year from the release of the game. And the reason we did that is that we wanted to give fans an opportunity to get hands-on with some of the new mechanics and the new modes that we were developing, and then use feedback from the fans to help improve the game and polish the experience. And that's been tremendously valuable to us. The other thing that we did right around the time frame of the beta is we established the Halo Community Feedback Program, which is basically bringing community members that are some of our most engaged Halo players, and we have about 25,000 that have signed up for the program, and they participate in a regular series of surveys and provide feedback about some of the things that they've played and experienced, as well as some of the things that we're developing that haven't been released yet. We're able to sort of run things by them and bounce things off of them and use their feedback as one input into some of the decisions that we've made in building and balancing the game.
And when will Halo 5 Guardians be out?
So Halo 5 Guardians comes out for Xbox One on October 27th.